Chicago's mayor, Brandon Johnson's political career has been the center of controversy since his inception. And the city council meetings where he have to address the public and answer questions posed to him, it really don't go better than his political career. And we have one such video here today where you would see Mayor Johnson try his best to keep composure while the citizens of Chicago lay into him about how disgusted they are with the way he runs Chicago. So let me go ahead and take a look at that video.
You all stood up there and said you would not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in a $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned and doubled down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes
So, this man ran on a campaign based on the foundation that he would not raise property taxes, and then went ahead and just raised property taxes anyway. And then politicians want to know why people don't trust him. I wonder why.
300 million, they shut it down. Now we back here for 150 million. Okay, see, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this Negro right here first. Please stay here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. We want to forensic.
Ma'am, I would ask that you keep your, hold on a second, stop her time. Stop her time. Just a second.
This is what they just do when they have no argument to fight what you're saying, but upset at the things that you're saying. They just pick at every little thing to make an issue out of it, to avoid answering the question at hand. I don't think that these people are going to tolerate that for much longer.
Just a second. Stop her time. Ma'am, I would ask that you, if you want to continue speaking, you have to make sure that your language is appropriate, okay? All right.
Alex.
Okay, you can begin her time again.
Spend our tax dollars to go, Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool, because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this is how it's gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
And that's a serious thing. Why would you spend so much money to house and feed illegal immigrants? And I'm a person not even living in America, but anybody with eyes and a brain could comprehend what's going on right now. In countries like America, in countries like England, in countries like Japan, right here in Trinidad, we overrun by Venezuelan immigrants. So why it is we still have homeless Americans, homeless people in Chicago who can't pay their property tax for a house that they work their entire life to build, but you're subsidizing everything for these immigrants. You're giving them millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, free housing, free food. That don't make sense.
This was going to happen to you. You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided attention, please.
And no respect for the people who put him there.
So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even get straight eye contact. Now, I'm going to let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years, and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
Same thing I said. The same thing I was just talking about, right? You have your own Chicago native people who born and grew in Chicago struggling right now. You have your own American people struggling to make ends meet right now. But you're imposing greater property tax on the American citizens and you're giving free housing to illegal immigrants who not even putting money back into your own economy. All their money getting funneled back into wherever country they come from. They're representing wherever country they come from. They come into your country and they're flying their flags from wherever they come from, wherever country they come from. They don't want to assimilate to your rules and regulations. They want to bring their rules and regulations over to your country, benefit from all the profits that you made from running the country the way that you were running it all the time, and then change your country into their country. The same country that they run from and come to your country for betterment, to try and get better things in life. Why they want to turn your country into their country when they had to run from their country in the first place is beyond me. That's the part I really do get.
I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, $600 million? Let's start.
$600 million. They're getting free food, free housing. They're not literally paying for anything, right? And the American people have to subsidize that. The American people now have to pay more property tax to subsidize the housing that's going for illegal immigrants who getting it for free. Then they're making their money and sending all their money back to wherever country they come from. You expect American people to stand for that? I am not even American and I'm upset for them right now because that is bullshit. That is literally bullshit.
There. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America.
But sure, you just stand up and taking it. You have no rebuttal for that. Just stand up like a statue and how to take it. Because it's the truth.
Start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. You Democrats and you, remember you told us to defund the police? Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was the defund the police?
Imagine a mayor running a campaign to defund the police.
Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have.
So you run on a campaign to not raise property tax and to defund the police. And as soon as you come into power, you raise property tax and you have a full police detail with you 24/7. Makes sense. Then you wonder why the people don't want you there.
And let's put the police back in our neighborhood because we're not for defunding the police. Won't you just practice what you preach? Remove all the details. We saw you coming in today. You had all the police presence. So let's take some of that away.
And that makes perfect sense. You can run on a campaign of defunding the police, right? You want to run on the grounds that you're not going to raise property tax and let me defund the police. The police system broken. Yet still, you raise property tax and you moving everywhere with a full detail of police. People stupid. That is what you think. But there you have it. That was Mayor Brandon Johnson. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you just think that this is MAGA propaganda or if he really overdoing it. Because in my views, he overdo it long ago. From the time you make a promise to not raise property tax and that is one of the first things you do, you're supposed to be outside there a long time. But let me know your opinion. Remember, I just a guy from Trinidad. So for them village reviews, it's Jeremy. I will see everybody in the next one. Later.